How's it going? One of the first DIY smart home devices that I made was a Wi-Fi controller for our garage door. It was an Arduino sketch, a D1 Mini, a relay, and a magnetic door sensor. Then I found the Sonoff SV, which is the low voltage model, and Tasmota. I made version 2 of the garage door opener out of those. But now that ESPhome is a thing, I want to make version 3 of the garage door opener using ESPhome. And I'm taking this opportunity to add something that a lot of people have suggested since version 1, an ultrasonic distance sensor to determine whether or not there's a car in the garage. Here's how I did it. These are the parts you're going to need. Sonoff SV, that's going to give us the Wi-Fi brains and the relay. Some kind of door sensor, a wired reed switch like this is what I use, an ultrasonic distance sensor. When you buy one, make sure you know whether it needs 5 volts or 3 volts. If it's got this little metal bump above where it says HCSO4, then it's a 5 volt sensor. You're going to need some jumper wires. You'll need some kind of 5 volt power supply. Any normal phone charger will be fine. I cut the USB cable and pulled out the red wire and the ground, and I'm going to connect those directly to the Sonoff SV. And for me, I put the whole thing in a soap dish. And that's all the parts. Now to control this thing, we're going to use Home Assistant and specifically ESPhome. If you've never heard of ESPhome or how to use it, there's a link. Basically, we need to start a new ESPhome device, garage. In this case, for the Sonoff SV, the board's just the generic ESP8266. Put in your Wi-Fi information. I don't use an access password, and that's it, we're done. If you have access to the USB ports on your Home Assistant computer, then you would be able to select it from here and upload the sketch. I don't. So what I do instead is I find the new sketch, validate it, then compile it. All right, when it says successfully compiled, you download the binary wherever you like it. Now let's flash that compiled binary onto our Sonoff SV. You do need an FTDI adapter. Hopefully you already have one. It's connected to a USB port on my computer. Then to flash this device, you have to hold down this button when you attach power with these pins. So I'm going to hold down this button and then attach power. Okay, and then let go of the button. Perfect. Now I'm going to start up ESPhome Flasher. I'm going to browse for this new garage.bin firmware right there. COM4 must be the only one that's connected. And then flash. That's it. Now back on the ESPhome page, we can see that this device is connected. It's online here. We can edit it and then re-upload it. So this is the generic basic setup, but that's not all we need. I'll show you what else we have to put here. I made a gist so you can grab this YAML code and paste it in here. These are the things that we need to make this garage door opener work the way we want it to. First, we need a binary sensor. This is what's going to show us if the garage door is open or closed. I'm connecting mine to GPIO 14. It needs to be mode input pull-up. I'm making mine inverted because when the switch is closed, I want it to show the door as open. If you arrange yours differently, then just leave out inverted true. Give it a name, and then the device class as garage door gives it a nice looking icon that looks like a garage door. This other binary sensor is how I get Home Assistant to show me whether or not there's a car parked in that spot in the garage. I set the device class as presence so that the words would show up as home or away. The UltraSonic Sensor points down at the spot where there would be a car. When there's no car, it gives me a distance of somewhere around 2.5 meters maybe. When there is a car parked there, the distance that comes back is about 1 meter. So with this binary sensor, I set this lambda so that if the distance that gets returned by the ultrasonic sensor is less than 1.5 meters, then it would say that the car is there. The car is present. If that's not true, then it shows up as false. I changed the icon in Home Assistant to a car as well, using the customization menu. I guess all this isn't really necessary. You could do it with less, but this works, so I'm going to leave it. Kids are learning how to play the harmonica. Lovely. There are 2 switches here. The first one is just what controls the relay. It tells ESPhome that the relay is on GPIO 12. The second switch creates a button that I can press in Home Assistant. I gave it a cool icon with an up-down arrow and a name. And then for the turn on action, that is, what's going to happen when this switch goes to on, it's going to turn on my relay switch, wait half a second, and then turn the relay switch back off again. That'll simulate a momentary button press. And then finally, we set up the ultrasonic sensor. We need to give it an ID, and that ID is important because it has to match what you have in the lambda for the binary sensor to tell you whether there's a car there or not. If you don't call yours ultrasonic sensor 1, just make sure that it matches here and here. For the trigger pin, I'm using GPIO 5. For the echo pin, GPIO 4. Give it a name. I set the interval for 60 seconds once I got it installed. Filters, filter out NaN, and the timeout are probably not necessary, but they were options and I put them in and they work. Again, all this is available in the gist. You can just copy it and dump it in here. Change the names of a couple devices, and you should be good to go. Anytime you make a change to your ESPhome Yaml file, save, and then validate. And if it checks out, you're good to upload. We now have to go to integrations, and here's a new ESPhome device. And this is Janice Garage. Yes. Okay, very good. Now we can see our switches here. Finally, I'll show you how I have all this displayed on my Home Assistant user interface. Here's the card. We'll just edit it. If we go to the toggle editor, is probably the easiest way to do it. This is just an entity card. And then I have a list of these entities. The ultrasonic sensor, the binary sensor that determines whether there's a car or not, the switch which controls the opening and closing of the door. This is the equivalent of pressing the button on the wall. And then the binary sensor that shows me the state of the garage door. That's the read switch that says whether the garage door is open or closed. Again, you can just make this a manual card. If you just go here, manual. If you just paste all this in a manual card, it'll look like that. All right, this is my Sonoff SV. What I want to do is isolate the power that powers the board from the power that gets switched by the relay. The way it is right now, you put power in on this side, it powers the board and goes through the relay and comes out on the other side based on what the relay is doing. So I want the power for this board to be separate from what gets switched at the relay. So to do that, for this particular board, what you do is you take these little resistors off. There's one here and there's one there, and that disconnects what goes in here, or from where this thing gets its power to the chip. So the best way to do that I found is just to take a little screwdriver. Oh, I broke it. Okay. There's one. Bothered now though. There it goes. So this is now isolated. Whatever goes here goes to the relay, comes out here. Whatever I connect here for power, and it says right there, if you can see it, 5 to 24 volts. So anything between 5 and 24 volts will power the ESP chip. I like this board because it's got some nice available contexts. GPIO 14, 4, and 5. So this is 14, this is 4, and this is 5. And then they tell you this is the signal, this is voltage, and this is ground. All right, let's walk through the setup for the Sonoff SV with ESPhome with an ultrasonic sensor and a read switch to function as a garage door opener. The two wires that are going to my reed switch are connected to GPIO 14 and ground. This particular ultrasonic sensor, which is pretty common, the SR04, it should be 5 volts. This is putting out about 4.2 volts and it's adequate. These pins over here on the Sonoff SV, there are 3 pins here that are voltage pins. Little V there. That's this middle row of pins. Those are only 3 volts. So if you connect your ultrasonic sensor VCC pin to one of those, it won't work. You'll just get a bunch of negatives or a bunch of zeros. Well, since we had GPIO 5 as the trigger, we have GPIO 5, which is this top one. That's the orange one. It's going to the trigger over here. And we have GPIO 4 is the echo, and that's the white there. And then ground is ground, and then VCC is over here. And then these two wires here are going to our 5-volt power supply. Positive and negative going to our power supply, 5-volt power supply. The next thing we'll do is hook a wire up to the input side and a wire up to the output side, and those are what will go to the garage door switch. So the relay will contact those or separate those to trigger the garage door opening and closing. If we look at the logs, okay, we can see the distance it's saying right now is 0.31 meters. If I put my hand over it, the next time it shows up, it'll be like nothing, 0.02. Now we can connect the reed switch here. We put those 2 wires together and we get sending state on, and then when we separate them, sending state off. This continues to give us our output, and we can go to the switches. We'll open switch Janus Garage relay, and when we trigger this, trips the relay. The way I have it right now, this onboard button doesn't do anything, and that's okay. We don't need this button to do anything. Let's see, we can also get the distances here. It's garage, and there's our output from the ultrasonic sensor. Janus Garage state, so that's this one. So here's the state, and when we touch these two together, there we go, changes to on. And when we take them off, it goes to off. So now I'm just going to solder a wire here and here. Now I need a case. So this is how I'm installing mine. I'm actually putting it up at the garage door opener itself. You have to tie into the 2 contacts that go to the button you have on your wall. For me, that's the first and second contact here. So I've tied in the red wires that go to the input and the output of the relay on the Sonoff SV. And then these 2 little wires here are the ones that go to the reed switch. So they travel over to the spot where I connected my reed switch right here. And I know it's an ugly hack job, but it works. So just leave me alone. So now I close the light box, just tuck the soap dish in up there. This is a 5-volt 1-amp power supply, and that's adequate. And then I point the ultrasonic sensor just straight down at the ground. And now it's demo time. So there you go. Wi-Fi garage door opener for Home Assistant version 3. I already have in mind some cool ideas for version 4, so stay tuned for that. If you like this video and you want to see more, I've got a bunch, and I'm making new ones as often as I can. In addition to videos like this, I do live streams at least once a week on Sunday and sometimes during the week whenever I can squeeze it in. If you want to chat with me or with others who also enjoy these kinds of projects, check us out on Facebook and Discord. That's all for now. As always, thanks for watching. Till next time, adios.